Dr. Austin Nweze of the Pan-Atlantic University is still with us in the studio. Now, Doc, there are some people raising issues with governors being members of this 30-man committee because they believe that a lot of governors have not been able to meet up with the salaries of their workers. Should they really be on this committee?
Well, it has its own upside and downside. One, they might, it's good for them to also air their views, contribute. This is what the state can pay, you know, and to contribute to debate. But again, they also have a way of dragging the committee backwards, you know, back and forth, you know, not agreeing to whatever the majority of the people, committee members will say. But it depends on the leadership of the person in charge of that committee to be able to stand and say, okay, maybe majority vote may not work in most cases. But what is good, because if you say majority vote, all of them will raise their hands. Majority carries the vote. It will not work, you know. So it has its own upside and downside. But again, the committee, you know, could do without them. That's the point. What the governors should be involved is, after the report, they will sit down with the president and look at it, and then decide and agree as a government what they should do. But
some people argue that they are employers of labor. I mean, the people who are going to pay this minimum are the employers of labor, and they are part of employers of labor.
Yeah, they are part of employers of labor. But again, not to the extent of being members of the committee, you know, to fashion out the workers. No, it's a policy statement they could make that look at what we have agreed, and the governors have agreed that they're going to do so and so. But again, you know, I want a situation where even the minimum could be staggered, for instance. Some states can pay more than the minimum wage. Currently, minimum wage of 18,000. Some states are paying more than minimum wage. I think, if I'm correct, Anambra State is one of those states that pay above the minimum wage. You can also see Rivers can afford to pay, Akwa Ibom can afford to pay.
Yeah, but that's the
Lagos can afford to pay.
They say that, you know, those states, some of the states are arguing that minimum wage should be on the concurrent list rather than the exclusive list.
Yes.
But, you know, that's the debate for another day because it's a constitutional matter. But just quickly, what are you looking to see? If you can do this in 30 seconds, what are you looking to see as the debate for minimum wage goes on? What would you say, what would you recommend as a benchmark?
What I would recommend, I wouldn't even recommend any major increments. 20,000 will be for me, but other variables need to be taken care of. For instance, we need the quality of life of the people. How do we improve the quality of life and standard of living of the people? You may have that money. I'll give you a quick example. Germany and or Europe and the US. Workers in Europe earn more. The US, they earn less, minimum wage. But the standard of living in the US is higher than in Europe. Because $1,000 in US can buy you 10 items. While in Europe, $1,000 can buy you 7 or sometimes 6 or 7 items. So the standard of living, we need to look at how can we improve the standard of living of the people so that the money they're getting paid, even 18,000 or 20,000, will make sense and make them improve the quality of life of the people.
That's definitely a question for us to interrogate in the coming days. But we have to thank you most kindly for coming on Sunrise Daily.
My pleasure.
Dr. Austin Nweze is a senior lecturer at the Pan-Atlantic University of Nigeria and is also an economist. That will be all from Sunrise Daily here in Abuja. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maokwe Ogun's back to the team in Lagos.
Brilliant, Margaret, and we're still keeping our eyes on that report, an attack on Lawaru on Don communities by suspected herdsmen in Demsa local government area of Adamawa State. The chairman did confirm this to us as well as our correspondent. We'll keep that in view and see how that story develops. Many thanks for watching. I'm Gimba Umar.
I'm Neo Taigbe. Have a good day.